Hi everyone, Jill here. So, cropping up again this week, this idea that good habits aren't hard. There's nothing technically difficult about the basic habits that we want to live in our lives. Where it gets difficult is all of a sudden how that habit, that request, or that time that you've created for the good habit bumps up against an old pattern. Bumps up against an old pattern the old pattern is like, no, I'm not interested in changing. No, I'm not interested in whatever new way that you think things should be done. This is the way things have always been done. This is the way things have always happened, and this is just the way it is. And this is where change means that you need to change. And you can let the old pattern win. You can absolutely be like, yep, all my effort around the good change I'm doing, I'm going to put it to the side because this old pattern's very important. And you usually build a really good story around why that old pattern is way too important to disrupt, way too important to allow yourself to take care of yourself. I have to postpone. I have to put aside. I have to stop doing this because this is important. This other thing over here is important. And man, we can build some really good stories about why we can't change patterns. We can't change patterns because work, and let me tell you all the reasons about work. And we can't change patterns because my doctor and my health and what's going on. And I can't change patterns because things are just, or we can't change patterns because my relationship or somebody else. There's always a somebody else. There's always someone you're in a relationship with who is rubbed the wrong way by your change. And this is what makes it hard, is that how do we say, I'm going to try and do this differently. I'm going to try and keep this new thing that I'm trying to do a little bit sacred. I'm going to try and have a little bit more ritual, a little bit more anchoring, a little bit more, I'm going to give it more gravitas. And that's going to feel hard because the brain is going to be telling you, poking you, telling you that you can't because you need to do it the way you used to do it. And getting there where you can see the story you're telling yourself and you can see your commitment to the old pattern, that's like a really tender place. It's a really, really, really tender place. And that's what makes this hard. So don't beat yourself up because you can't implement a new habit. Because what we need to do is start to notice the moment where the new change that we're trying to create bumps up against the old pattern. And all the stories we start telling ourselves, all the limiting beliefs that we just validate. And in validating all of them, we let go of the new change. That's the hard part. That's where we need support. That's where we need conversations with people who care. That's where we need to be invested with people who can help us find the space, find the right words perhaps, or find the tools to navigate that thin, slippery slope of what change will this old pattern allow me to introduce? How big is my fear around this change? And can I introduce a change small enough that the fear won't rise up and smack it down, that the fear will allow it in, allow the new pattern in? Sending everyone love who's feeling that, because I feel like it's super common right now. There's something going on where we're bumping up against our old patterns a lot. and we're seeing it. So, love to you all. Namaste, my friends.